Alright guys, what's going on? Alright, so I'm chasing a growth ring here, and it's not coming out so well. I'm basically have violated a lot of growth rings. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about this quite yet. I'm going to call Dave at Medicine Bow Woods and see what he thinks about me just backing this puppy with rawhide, because I'm pretty dang sure that Otzi would have had that technology at least available. Some people say it makes the bows more sluggish. I've only rawhide backed one bow before, and it actually made the bow awesome. That was a piece of live oak. But like I said, it's just not coming out like I wanted it to. Here, let me show you. And you can see up here it wasn't too bad, but there is some violations. But as we move down the bow, it just gets horrible. Look at that. I mean, I just can't do any better than that. The growth rings are just so close together. I mean, it's still better than this. But, I mean, you know, it's just, there's just too many growth rings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue establishing the back of the bow. And hopefully it don't break. I know I kind of brought up the rawhide backing before, and Dave was kind of like, you know. So he's probably still gonna say which is fine, but it sucks because I don't want it to break. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. When you work on a bow for a long period of time, the last thing you want it to do at the end of it all is snap. But I'm using leather down here just to let you guys know what I'm doing to keep it from messing up the back of the bow. But yeah, like I said, but at the same time, it is a experiment. And I knew that going into this project, that it was going to be an experiment. And it was a free bow stave, so if it does break, it's not the end of the world as long as I don't get hurt. Or no one else gets hurt. But basically, I just see a really good bow here. And I also have enough common sense to really think about it and say, you know, I'm pretty sure Otzi could have rawhide backed his bow staves. Why not? I know his bow stave wasn't rawhide backed, but that's not to say that he wasn't going to work it down a little bit and then rawhide back it. Either way, I got to get this back cleaned down. This is just, it was split off a tree. I think Dave said the tree twisted or lightning might have struck it. And it split it off. And you can see I'm trying to get it close to a ring. But just because, I don't know, it's just if I can't get it to one ring all the way across, then there's really no reason to even attempt it. You know, get it smooth. You know, I mean, like right there, that's all one ring, right? And right here, I've got it down to one ring. And it'll be going along smooth, and all of a sudden, I won't dig in any deeper, but I'll be through 5 rings. It's just like, you know, the way yew is. Very hard to chase a growth ring with yew wood. And it's just that. I mean, it's just the way it is. But anyway, trying here. And we got these nasty, nasty knots, limb shadows, whatever they are. And I mean, they're no joke. They're disgusting. Brutal limb shadows. And then, like, you can see right here, it's almost one growth ring. But then over on this side that you can't see, it's nasty. And I've just, you know, decided, after working on this thing for a couple days now, that maybe it would be better to rawhide back it. So feel free to leave it in the comments down there below. And if I get enough comments today, I'll go with your ideas. But do you think that Otzi, A, had the technology to back his bow with rawhide and or sinew? And B, do you think he did it? Do you think his bow stave was going to get roughed out and then possibly backed? Are there other Neolithic all heartwood yew longbows from that time period and era and area, you know, the Italian Alps area, that were found that had a backing on them? Could it had a backing on it and it rotted off? Because everything I've read about Otzi's bow pretty much says if you tried to build his bow, it would snap. And that's why the conclusion has came that it's a bow stave and not a bow. Because it would literally be impossible to build a bow stave that would actually work and have the same dimensions that Otzi's had. It just doesn't fit laws of physics. It would be something like a 180-pound bow with no sapwood on it. And no backing. This doesn't seem right. So basically, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Should I back it with some rawhide? Would you guys consider it to still be an Otzi the Iceman bow if I did that? Or should I continue forward? Because honestly, Otzi the Iceman's bow was backwards from the way I'm doing it. Meaning, this is the outside of the rings. You know, the tree curved like this. And Otzi's bow, the back was actually down here. It was on the inside. So the back of the bow, if the rings are curving like my hand, the back of the bow was here and the belly of the bow was up here. And the way I'm doing it's, you know, like this. It's opposite. So I'm technically not doing it exactly like Otzi did anyways. But a lot of the other Otzi the Iceman bows that I've seen on YouTube and stuff, they weren't really even close to what Otzi's bow was too. You know, they were just made out of the same wood. But like one of the more famous videos out there, I'm not going to say who it is. It's a really good video. I've watched it 10,000 times. He's like one of my idols. But it says Otzi the Iceman bow and arrow and hunting, you know, and the bow that he made was a handle bow that, you know, wasn't full compass. It had teeth for nocks, and it had the sapwood on it. But he did cut it down with a copper axe, and I give him props for that for sure. But I don't know, you know, it's just I want to make a real Otzi the Iceman bow if I'm going to go at it, but you know, why half-ass it? But at the same time, it's freaking hard. So please leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Should I back this bow with rawhide? I've had one guy say if it's no sapwood, definitely back it, but I don't think he was coming at it from the right standpoint. You know, he wasn't looking at it like the whole replica build. He was just looking at it like to get a good bow, make sure you back it. And he's right, but at the same time, you know, Dave from Medicine Bowwood sent me a video. It's on his page. You can go see it right now if you want. And it basically, he shows his Otzi, the Iceman bow, made out of a sister stave to this one. And he didn't chase a ring. And he didn't back it. And he said it shoots great. And he said, and it's been shooting great for a long time. So, I don't know. But soon I'll have the back of this bow established. And we can go from there. It's we're at like 11 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. All I'm going to do in between the videos is continue this smooth through here and get all this roughness off. And make it smooth like it is from here down, but you can see there's no growth rings being chased. It's just too hard. Alright, so tune in for the next part, guys. Peace. Let me know in the comments.